Assalamu alaikum, students. I hope you will be all quite fine. We have to resume our studies from The Rape of the Lock and its Canto 5, from which we have to begin. Now have a look at the pics which I have sent to you. They are from Canto 5, the start of it. She said, the pitying audience melt in tears, but fate and Jove had stopped the Baron's ears. In vain Thalestris with reproach assails, for who can move when fair Belinda fails? So Belinda tried her best to convince the Baron to return her lock of hair. She appealed to him to save her self-respect, save her grace by returning the rape of the lock, but all in vain. Then Thalestris stepped forward. She too began to taunt the Baron, but it was all futile. It was meaningless for the Baron. He took no notice of the taunting remarks of Thalestris. Not half so fixed the Trojan could remain, while Anna begged and Dido raged in vain. Then gave Clarissa graceful waved her fan. Silence ensued, and thus the nymph began. Now here there is a reference to the old Greek mythology, to the quite well-known Greek legendary figures of Dido, the Queen of Carthage, and Anna. They too would not have expressed their anger so loudly as was done by Belinda. And Clarissa rather added fuel to fire. Then there came silence for some time, and then Belinda began with these words. Say, why are beauties praised and honored most? The wise man's passion and the vain man's toast. Why decked with all that land and sea afford? Why angels called and angels like adored? Now Belinda begins to rather moralize the ideas which occur to her mind. She says that beautiful women, beautiful girls are admired and honored by the people all over the world. They can be considered as a passion for the wise people, that is, a gift for the wise people. The wise people want to gain such beautiful women, and they can equally be considered as the flirting friend of the vain, people who have no aim in life. Then she begins to talk of the trifling attitude, the vanities of these beautiful women. They try their best to get beautified. For this purpose, they arrange things like perfume, cosmetics from all over the world. And that is why the ordinary world calls them angels, and they are admired everywhere as angels. Why round our coaches crowd the white-gloved bows? Why bows the side box from its inmost rows? How vain are all these glories, all our pains, unless good sense preserve what beauty gains. So she said that when they appear from their homes, beautified, well decorated, the young gentlemen crowd them from everywhere. They crowd their coaches. They want to see them, to spend their time with them. But all this glamour, this so-called admiration is meaningless. It's not just temporary. It's also quite trifling, quite meaningless. It's actually the good sense with which these beautiful women can sustain their position in society. Beauty is a temporary matter. Beautification, cosmetics, these things add to the beauty of a woman only for a short time. But it's the good sense that can preserve their position as honorable women. That men may say, when we the front box grace, behold the first in virtue as in face. Oh, if to dance all night and dress all day, charm the smallpox or chased old age away, who would not score what housewife cares produce? Or who would learn one earthly thing of use? So Belinda continues with her moralization, and she says that it is the virtue that can rightly be considered as the most important thing in life. Dancing all through night, getting dressed up for the parties, for the club, etc. These things cannot give the actual honor to these beautiful women. Cosmetics, charming attraction, these things can't remove the dirty stains of smallpox. They cannot remove the signs, the bad symptoms produced by the old age, that is the wrinkles. And if somebody scorns or laughs at the housewife who takes a great care in looking after her house, it is just stupid, just meaningless. And there are women who think that household responsibilities are below their status. But they are at fault. All of them are at fault. Actually, this dancing at night, attending the clubs, visiting friends, etc., this thing cannot give true meaning to life. To patch the ogle might become a saint, nor could it sure be such a sin to paint. But since, alas, frail beauty must decay, curled or uncurled, since locks will turn to grey. So these beautiful women are fond of ogling, visiting their flirting friends. Apparently, they look like angels. They think that they are saint-like. But this painting, these cosmetics, they are not a true source of saving their grace. Now, it's almost a sin. And even for all that, this beautification, these cosmetics cannot give lasting beauty to a person. This beauty has to fade one day. One has to lose one's youth and one's beauty. And this beauty is quite weak, quite frail. Hair, whether it is curly or uncurly, will turn grey one day. Nobody can save it from turning grey. In other words, a person has to lose his youth. He has to lose his beauty, his apparent good look. These things are a temporary matter. This is the good sense the virtue that gives a lasting position to a beautiful woman in society. Since painted or not painted, all shall fade, and she who scorns a man must die a maid. Whether somebody, that is some beautiful woman, has painted her face, beautified her face or not, in both cases, she will have to lose her youth, her apparent look. She will have to turn old. She will have to get her hair grey. It is meaningless to scorn a man. In that case, she will have to die a maid. That is, she will have to die without getting married. She will have to spend the life of a spinster. What then remains but well our power to use and keep good humor still, whatever we lose. So there are things which are in our power. Blender says that there are things with which we can sustain our position in society. We lose our beauty, our youth, but it is the good humor which protects us, which sustains us. And trust me, dear, good humor can prevail when airs and flights and screams and scolding fail. Beauty is in vain, their pretty eyes may roll, charms strike the sight, but merit wins the soul. So she says that it is good humor that definitely prevails, that gives you an upper hand, that gives you a position to maintain your self-respect and grace in society. These other things, scolding and screams and flights, they are just temporary things. Beauty may strike one's eyes. Somebody may be attracted towards a beautiful woman, but that beauty is not lasting. It's a temporary thing. That flirting woman very soon loses her beauty and also loses her position in society. So we can in the end conclude that it's not the beauty but the merit that wins the soul. That is the merit on the base of which somebody can maintain his position in society. That's all for today. Thank you very much.